started shooting this video and I realized I got into it and it was 7 minutes before I even got into speaking about like 4 records. So I'll go a little bit faster here. I've been playing a lot of guitar and stuff. So, you know, I'll probably talk about my music after I talk about other people's music. You're currently listening to Krautrock, DVD, and a song from P-Turds, I believe is a band, how you pronounce it. I'm just going to show some records and talk about them. Soft Machine third album. Really, really great. Love Robert Wyatt's drumming, and the song Facelift is really heavy. Really dig this album. All the songs are great. Similar color scheme here. We've got In and Out of Focus. This is the first album from Dutch band Focus. And I really dig the Hammond organ playing. Just beautiful classical inspired arrangements. Jan or Jan Akerman. Don't know how to pronounce his name, but beautiful guitarist. Love his phrasing, his tone. Plays Les Paul 3 pickup black custom guitar. Marshall stacks. One hell of a player. So, love that. Erto, Identity. I believe this gentleman is from Argentina, and he's a drummer, to my knowledge, from what it says on the back. And this is kind of some Latin jazz fusion. Really cool. Found this for $6, so that's a good one. I'd recommend that. 1971 original release, 2015 long hair reissue of Icarus. Now this is going to be another one of those jazz-inspired fusion rock heavy albums with Hammond organ, flutes, long songs, a lot of time signature changes with jazz inspiration. And I haven't listened to this since I bought it, and it's been a few years on this, but really, really dig this album and this style of rock music, so that's a good one from the German rock scene from the early 70s. I'm pretty sure this is from the UK, originally on the DRAM label. And this is some kind of doomy blues jam rock with some kind of long songs. And I really just can't recommend this album enough. This is a killer monster of an album. This is on the Karma label. Love that label. I've got 2 different covers of the same album. This is the one I bought originally for like $2, and then this one is one I got for $5. You can find these really cheap. This one's like an Italian version. And I think it may have different songs. No. It's got the same songs. Yeah, this is really cool on the Success label. It may be Charisma logo on the label. Yeah, it's the Charisma label on the... Just a different series, I suppose. The Italian import series there. This is, along with some other early inspirations like Yes and Moody Blues, really got me into prog rock. Absolutely love Peter Gabriel and Mike Rutherford, Steve Hackett, all those guys. Monstrous. Phil Collins. I wonder if it was Phil Collins on this album drumming. Kind of looks like Phil Collins right there, but can't really tell. Here's another one here where it says it's Genesis in concert on the Somme Livre label out of Brazil, I believe. Very cool label. And almost a Roger Dean kind of mock-up style album cover there, but this doesn't sound like it's live, and it's got some strange tracks. Don't know if the text is readable there, but it's an interesting one. Take a sip of this beer I'm drinking right now. IPA. I really don't drink a lot of beer these days. It may seem like that where I always have a beer in my hand in my videos, but it's just something to do while I'm making these videos. This one right here is the German original pressing, the first pressing of Epitaph on Polydor Records. It's got a punch hole. I suppose somehow it ended up in a bin where it wasn't selling, but it's got a bit of heat rash here. The disc is in really good shape. I love the Polydor label. I totally collect good music on the Polydor label. And this is a 80s repressing of a reproduction of the original on Polydor. I believe this pressing is from the 80s. It could be a repressing from the 70s, but these are both really, really good heavy rock albums. I think I like this one better. I can't remember. I like the song Early Morning a lot. And on this one, I really like Fly and the first song on this one. So the other songs are good, but those are the highlights to me. And it's cool to have these. They're really expensive, but I'll do that later. They're really expensive Polydor original releases, but it's good music. I think it's probably shown this one before. Just recently bought another copy of this because it's a definite upgrade from the one I had. It was only $5, so this is a killer guitar Prog album. Yeah, really, really dig this one. I believe it's got an organ player on it too, but they just really play a lot of chord changes, and this is a smoking one right there. This is Eye Shaking King by I'm on Dual 2. Recently got a few overseas German import records for cheap. Well, the shipping wasn't cheap, I'll tell you that. The records are cheap. I waited about 3 months for these records, basically an entire summer because of Corona. So not very cool there, but this is some very heavy playing on it. Beautiful renditions of these composers' tunes in a heavy prog style with organ, flute, guitar, bass, drum set, string synthesizer. Monstrous stuff. I recently opened up this, had this sitting on my shelf for a while, and I never was listening to it. This is the second album by Pato. Absolutely love this band. Love their first album. This is pretty cool. You can kind of change the outfits these characters have. Change different ones. So that's pretty cool. This was originally released on the Vertigo Swirl label. Of course, the beautiful Akarma Italian label has done a great job in reproducing it in a heavy cardboard. And it's a great pressing. The sound sounds really, really good. I actually have a sealed copy of this on my website at shoprecordshack.com. I believe it's about $36 plus shipping. Kind of expensive, but it's worth it, and it's sealed, so. Recommend that album a lot. I recently found this for about $5, and it's a very obscure band called Europe. I don't remember what country they're from, but this is some really good playing on a heavy, progressive, later 70s style hard rock. But it's definitely got prog elements to it. Really, really recommend this album from, it says it's 1986, actually. But to my knowledge, this is not the band that recorded Eye of the Tiger. Or, no, not Survivor, but Final Countdown. This is not that same band, to my knowledge. Illusion from Isotope. Hugh Hopper on bass. Love this Goal Records. Yeah, really digging that label. Cool DJ copy. Really recommend this if you like fusion, prog. I mean, you probably do, but guitar music, this is gnarly. Heavy, all instrumental, just jamming. Monster. Let's see if I can find the other one too. Okay. Recently picked up Judas Priest. This is a repress. And Sin After Sin. Very minty copy here. This is obviously from a collector. Just really dig Priest lately. Their early stuff is kick-ass. And I had never actually heard this album before buying it just the other day. And so, see if you can see the track listing there. And Rob Halford looking very young. Kick-ass, man. Just absolutely monstrous. It's another one that I got in my European package from Germany that I was speaking on the beautiful Amiga Records label. Oh, whoops. Just a very plain label, but this is a high quality pressing. They've done some really good work. They have lots of albums on that label, and this album is really, really cool. I don't understand any German at all. They do speak German on this, but this is heavy guitar music. I believe this is from 1978, no, 79. Beautiful progressive jazz fusion rock music. As well as this is similar, but this is from Czechoslovakia, I believe it would be called at the time. Communist country, I believe, at the time. And don't know what the situation was about selling records outside of their country at that time, as I say again. But, and I understand that live music was not permitted in a commercial fashion to a degree in these 70s days for these bands, but this is excellent Hammond organ, bass guitar, drum set trio, and I highly, highly recommend this. Collegium Musicum. I don't speak Latin or whatever that is. Wish I did, because I'd know a lot more in due time. Speaking on the esoteric, really cool album cover here. Wish I had better lighting here. Maybe whenever I put a filter on this video, it'll look a little bit better. Yeah, I was really digging this the other day whenever I was jamming it. Some monstrously cool photos here. really like this album. Golly, some of the songs are so good playing. You can talk about Geddy Lee's voice if you don't like it. I like it. I think it's funny and it's also sick. Who cares, man? It's freaking dope. Some people genuinely just don't like it, but whatever. This copy is pretty good of this album. I think I overpaid a little bit, but this is a great album right here. Hard Rock on the Boulevard label. Can't see the label, but looks like that. And this has got a 60s vibe with some heaviness to it. And I understand that these people are not the band. But this is a killer heavy rock album. I didn't pay too much for it, but I think I overpaid a little bit. Maybe $10 more. Sorry, it's a good album. This one I got for $3 a while back, and I just absolutely love it. It's a little bit slower. It's not like smoking the whole time, but there are some moments where they just really play. The drummers kick ass. Jan or Jan Ickerman, however you say that. It's absolutely beautiful guitar player. Playing a different setup right here, playing a hollow body. Really digging that. I'd like to get my hands on a hollow body someday. I'll leave the best for last here. Don't know if I showed this, but I've been listening to this. And this is Cream, live in Hyde Park, not Hyde Park, live in Detroit, 1967. I'd be thinking of another show, I don't know what I'm thinking of. Yeah, man, this is good. Not very good audio quality, but killer. This is the Toad Double album, which features demo takes. And so far I've only listened to demo takes, but I have this on my iPod, so I'm familiar with the album. And before I bought it, I was jamming it heavy on my iPod, and then I bought the record, and I don't even listen to the record, so it's kind of weird, but I have the record, and this is the Akarma. I have the double with the extra stuff. It's killer. I had a few copies of this I managed to score, and I sold a couple on my website. I don't know if I have any more. I might have one more, but all right, saving the best for last. This is an album I've wanted for years, and I finally got the repress. The original is $500, so I definitely don't have $500 to spare on this album. But I got a really heavy duty. This is about like a 200-gram pressing of this New Zealand Prog album. A mock-up Vertigo there from Deep Records, and this is from New Zealand, 1974, I believe. Yeah, and just killer organ music with good guitar, and really great. I was very excited to get that. Definitely wasn't cheap, but it was luckily over the weekend where it was a sale, so I got it for 20% off. So pretty cool. Cheers to everybody. Hope you're doing good. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna talk about my my music real quick before I go. If you're still tuned in. Now, I started making music back in 2016. And I started playing guitar when I was like, I didn't play guitar at all. I had a guitar when I was like 13 years old. I got into smoking weed and I sold my guitar for weed, and because I was into skateboarding and weed. And then years went by. I was about 19 years old or so, and I wanted another guitar, and I wanted the same guitar I used to have, because I had a white Strat. I had a Squire Stratocaster, but I went out and I was listening to Jimi Hendrix a little bit at the time, and so I got a white Stratocaster with a maple neck, an acoustic guitar I bought myself as well. My parents actually got me the Strat for Christmas, but I got an acoustic guitar. I was working this job. It was a classical style. I was listening to Paco de Lucia. And then my brother kind of started listening to some similar music, because he was already kind of into some of the similar stuff. And I think it was his 15th birthday. I got him a guitar. We both started trying to learn chords as much as we could and learn all that stuff. And we would bang on Home Depot buckets, and he would make all these albums by himself with just Home Depot buckets as the drums and guitars, and using Logic keyboards, because we bought a little MIDI keyboard. So it started accelerating really quick in just that first like 6 months of having a guitar, or first year. But within that first year after that, we formed this group, me and my brother did, and it's called Ashes is our group. And this was our first like demo. My brother drew this. It's really beautiful. And this is a handmade, like a bootleg thing that we just printed out. And these weren't ever commercially sold or anything. You can listen to this. It is on the internet. I think it's on iTunes. You can listen to it. It's pretty funny. It's totally unprofessional, but we were just having so much fun and learning how to write songs. And we can't wait to re-record a lot of these songs, because a lot of these are really good ideas that we just can't wait to re-record. So this was in 2016. This is called Rising from Ashes. At this time we were The Ashes, then we dropped the. So this was our first project. And after that we took about 3 months or so and didn't make an album, and we really practiced, and we got better. And then we decided to make one that was gonna be pressed on a CD for us to sell or for us to give away. And we made this one. And we got a lot better at our instruments. And this is also on iTunes and Spotify and all that stuff. This has a really funny name: The Moving Picture Children of Sunflower Sabbath. And my brother plays a sitar on the first track. This was when I was kind of getting a little bit better at playing the drums. I forgot to mention I was never a drummer. I was a guitar player, like I mentioned, and I got a drum set because we were tired of banging on Home Depot buckets and we needed to make a band. We didn't know a drummer, we didn't know a bass player, and we didn't want to work with anybody who wasn't cool and wasn't on the same vision as us, because we just came out of nowhere with this after hearing this music that we were collecting on vinyl. And so that's when we started kind of getting a little bit better. After that we made this, where we did the same thing. We took a couple months and bought a couple more guitars, bought a couple more amps and pedals and stuff, and we're working on playing as much as we could and practicing and writing. And my brother at this time was writing furiously with his acoustic guitar, and I was playing some guitar and writing and learning how to play drums better on this as well. Still not polished, but still very good. And a lot of these songs have, I still listen to them and I'm like, wow, this is killer. So really recommend this. This is called Kings and Queens, and this may still be from the first year that we made our music. This has a beautiful packaging and a beautiful disc. We own this company, Traveling Records. We started it. We press everything. Show the disc on this one. I didn't get to show it. We designed all this. I took this photo. We took this photo. We made this cover. We took all these photos. We did all this ourselves. And then we made this, which is more of like some songwriting stuff. And really, really cool, interesting songs here. Some soft rock, some pop psychedelic, inspired by the 60s. Some inspirational stuff, spiritual, inspired by George Harrison, and some Indian philosophies. Be Here Now. We took this cover out at a railroad track. This is really, really cool. Proud of this album as well. And this also has a cool disc. Traveling Records, our classic T logo. We did some weird like blocks, trippy. Did all this stuff where we actually tell what instruments we played and stuff. So that's pretty cool. And then we got into surf music because we were into the Ventures and stuff. We had a lot of Ventures albums, and so we made a surf album. And we covered. I don't know if we covered any songs. No, these are all original songs, except for the Spider-Man theme song, which we did a rendition of in our own style. And this is really cool. You can listen to all these on iTunes or Spotify. And then our most recent one, well, there's actually another one that we don't have pressed on a CD called Ladder, and that's a full-fledged, really produced songwriting. Got an artist to do a cover for it. That one's on iTunes and Spotify as well. We don't have that on CD. And there's also Feast of Paradise, another album that we don't have on CD. That's a full album, 14 tracks, 13 tracks, 30 minutes. That's on iTunes as well. And this is our most recent 2020 album, Ashes Surf Carnival Volume 2, where we've done a few cover songs, and this is definitely our best playing and recording up to date. Definitely the most proud of this. The first two tracks feature, definitely a lot better drumming from me, in my opinion. Just everything about it's a lot better about the recording and playing, so. And this custom Endless Summer inspiration mock-up of ourselves that we did a photo shoot of. And we did cover the Endless Summer theme. And we recorded all this and played it all ourselves and designed all this. My brother designed the cover. And again, it's on Spotify, iTunes, ashesband.com, Ashes Fort Worth on Instagram. Check out my website, shop@recordshack.com, Instagram at The Record Shack. My personal Instagram is Brett Thomas REDDELL. You guys have a good one. This is a long video, and if you watch the whole thing, love be with you.